The whale's back, and this is the real DeepSeek v3.1, not a base model. There was a lot of questions. What is a base model? And a base model is not the same as an Instruct model. You're not going to have a conversation with it, and it gets very problematic if you're trying to run it on local hardware. This is not a bunch of H100s. An Instruct for running locally is definitely a must when you're looking at the DeepSeek 3.1 variant that just dropped 4 hours ago. There's videos out from like 24 hours ago. I don't even understand that. So that's pretty weird. But this morning I woke up, checked that. I was like, oh my gosh, right to the garage, gonna get the data center fired up. I am downloading it right now, and I'm gonna actually, for the first time, give a shot at quanting. But let's go over what's in the DeepSeek latest release here. This is really pretty big because we have been waiting for a long time. I've been kind of speculating, and my speculation continues to be that we could see a larger release towards the end of the month, and indeed we are getting closer towards the end of the month, and this looks like a big upgrade. This is not a small upgrade. A point release usually is not this big of an update, but we're going to see some scores that they're talking about that are vastly superior to where they were on the 0528, which was their prior checkpoint of the, I guess, latest and greatest. So DeepSeek 3.1 hybrid model has thinking and non-thinking built into it. So that's really cool. It should actually not really be that big of a deal for somebody to switch between those two modes, I hope. That's kind of been an issue in some of them, and having it integrated into the model, which I hope it's integrated fully into the model, would be really cool. Definitely watch out for chat templates, especially when models drop right off the bat. There's oftentimes chat templates that get updated over the next day or so. So if you have a bad chat experience, kind of think to yourself, maybe the chat template isn't really there yet or isn't right yet, so go and look and see if that needs to be updated. Usually somebody will have talked about it. It is basically built for agentic tool calling, so this should be very exciting to a lot of people. It has apparently excelled at that. We'll see some scores that show that also. Higher thinking efficiency. So this one right here is something that we really needed from where the R10528 was when we did that full review, which took forever. I think that took 6 or 7 hours to get through because DeepSeek R1 just thought forever on everything. Great answers, great quality, thought way too long. Since we've been covering stuff recently in our guides, if you're looking at where your tokens, you might set your context window, 128K is the max here. Prior DeepSeeks, they've recommended 64 is pretty decent also. So, I mean, that's a lot of context window. I will be lucky myself to get this to probably 32, and that's probably with adding an extra GPU in here. So they did some additional training on top of this also. They did long conversations, and this is really interesting. So they did 32K extension phase, and that is a tenfold of 630 billion tokens, and a 28K extension phase that was 209 billion tokens. So DeepSeek v3.1 also was trained using UE8MO. This one right here, we're going to see some information in just a few minutes that right there could be actually a geopolitical strategic play that is unfolding. We'll see that soon enough here. So the 671 is the total number of params. Active parameters are essentially 37 billion, so A37B. I can tell you already, we've got Unsloth working on it. There is plans in the works for a single merged file. Again, one of the things with Llama, if you want to run a guff that you get off of Unsloth, is you need to merge the files. If you don't want to do that in Llama C++, which you can get up and running with Llama C++ and do that if you wanted to with the guide that we just released. And so everybody was freaking out when they released just the base model the other day. And I think I did a video on it and I mentioned something along the lines of, it just is going to take some time, and you know that's exactly what happened. There were some people absolutely flipping out in different languages and stuff in there. We've got some pretty cool stuff on deck here. I can't wait to run through the full review, whether it's my quant, whether it's Unsloth's. One of those two will be really interesting to see. So DeepSeek Chat, non-thinking mode, DeepSeek Reasoner, thinking mode, 128K context, of course, Anthropic API format support. Definitely they are working towards getting better agentic tool calling experience for DeepSeek, which I think that's pretty important right now. This one here, I think, is the huge gain. So DeepSeek R1 0528, DeepSeek V3 0324, both of those kind of were neck and neck. V3.1 is a major jump. 66 is a colossal jump. That is not small. That is 20 points. That is insane. SWE Bench Multilingual is a pretty good jump also. Like, that is pretty big. And Terminal Bench looks like it has also had a major uplift. So that is a good sign that this is going to be a pretty damn good improvement over what we've seen in the past with DeepSeek. So very, very freaking excited for that. Those look like they've had some incremental improvements all the way up to like massive improvements for browser comp. And if you come down here and check this out in thinking mode, so 840 billion total tokens of pre-training long context on top of the V3 was added in. New tokenizer configurations, and you can see right here, Unsloth, they're definitely working on it. So that was 3 hours ago. It's 6 a.m., so that was 3 a.m. They must have an alarm. I should probably put an alarm on these things also. So my download is either almost done or close to done. I'm gonna be back to that shortly here. So this one's pretty big. So this is the big, very big news, as Zephyr_Z9 was mentioning. So DeepSeek was out there talking about the UE8MO FP8 is designed for the next generation of domestically produced chips to be released soon. And that would probably be the Huawei Ascend 920s, or possibly, people are speculating, even a DeepSeek ASIC. But that right there is pretty interesting. I don't know if anybody reads Chinese, but if you do and you want to chime in with what this says here, I think I'll be watching the comments down below. So hopefully let us know if you can read and understand that, what that is all saying. So here's the Unsloth Guff repo. Nothing in here yet, and there is a page that they have linked on their guide. You should not probably go and grab anything off of that because it's going to link you to, like, I think another DeepSeek one. So wait until they have announced it and they remove that tag from up here, and then it'll be safe to get your downloads from up here. But there's a pretty comprehensive write-up on their website, and they're going to have a Q1 that should run on Ollama with just the Ollama command without any, big shakes. And it's literally so new that we don't even have anybody on OpenRouter with it yet either. So you can bet there will be another video out here later today with the full review on this. And so the timing on this is really good because we just got done with our 3-part video series with an accompanying guide, which is really simple for getting up and running with whatever you want for your runner. So I cover Ollama, OpenWebUI, Llama.C++, and VLLM. And of course, these are nice copy pasta kind of guides that I've got, and they are extensive. I mean, very, very extensive. You will get up and running. If you can follow my squiggly red lines and that makes sense to you, then you can get up and running. And those videos, the accompanying ones, have just been released over the past week here also. So you can watch me go through those steps to get everything set up as well. So definitely take a chance, check those out if you're looking for how to get up and running and you have a rig. Now, the baseline for a rig for this to run it is probably going to be at least 128 gigabytes with some additional space in GPUs. Like if I had 128 and some GPUs, like I got GPUs here on the Quad 3090 rig, I think I would be probably okay. But if you're looking at where you're going to get good performance, I think 256 gigabytes is where you're going to start to see that you actually have some pretty decent performance. Of course, with Llama C++, you can run things with disk paging. It's just so incredibly slow. I don't know if you would want to do that. Probably, you're going to be okay if you've got 100 plus gigabytes of RAM. I don't know if there's going to be any smaller. It doesn't look like there's any on launch that are smaller distills, which I did mention that in the prior video was something that it confused some people, although I got a ton of comments on specifically that. People absolutely loved that because it allowed them to run, the DeepSeek on their own local machine, which I think that was pretty cool also. I would imagine there will be other people that distill this. This is probably the big news that we get for quite a while. Hopefully this is the end of the V3 line entirely and we're on to V4. And I don't think we're gonna get another R necessarily. I don't know, maybe not. Let me know your speculation down below. Hopefully I can make this work. If I can, then you can bet I'll try to find some way somewhere to distribute it. But definitely fallback plan and safe plan should be Unsloth, because they will not screw up their quants also. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm only going to produce one also. I'm only going to do a Q4. But if I can get a Q4 running, I think that'll be pretty freaking awesome. And definitely I should have enough specs on this machine to produce the quant. I think. I hope. Okay, everybody, have a good one, and I will check you guys out next time.